પણ હવે હિન્દુઇઝમ શબ્દ તેવો છે ને અમીન સાહેબ કે એટલું બધું આગળ વધી ગયું છે કે હવે એને કરવું સહેલું નથી, ડિફિકલ્ટ છે. પણ જો એ લોકો કોમ્પ્યુટરાઇઝ હોય એવું હોય તો આપણે કહીએ સૂચન એમના મગજમાં ઉતરે તો સૂચન બહુ સારું છે. ખરેખર ક્રાંતિ થાય. જે લોકો ઈચ્છી રહ્યા છે જગતમાં કે આપણો સનાતન ધર્મ ઓળખે તો એ રીતે જ ઓળખશે. આપણે વાત કરી હતી, તમે જોયું, તમે એન્શિયન્ટ ઇન્ડિયન કલ્ચર મૂકો, હિન્દુઇઝમ શબ્દ કઢાઈ નાખો, એમાંથી મશ્કરીઓ થાય છે ઉડતી. એન્શિયન્ટ ઇન્ડિયન કલ્ચર લખો અને જો એ રાવ સાહેબ સમજે ને એમાં થાય ને તો ખાસ ટ્રાય કરો, કરવા જેવું છે.
મેં એમને કહ્યું આખી ગુજરાત યુનિવર્સિટીમાં આ એક જ સબ્જેક્ટ ખંભાતમાં જતો એન્શિયન્ટ કલ્ચર.
મારે એક ઈચ્છા થાય છે રાવ સાહેબ પર થોડું પત્ર લખું. આજે હું તૈયાર કરી શનિ જોડે મોકલજો. એક એમને વ્યક્તિગત આપણે મળ્યા જ નથી પણ
શાંતિથી આમે ફોરવર્ડિંગ
વાત કેટલી સરસ કરે છે ફોન ઉપર. બહુ વિનય વાળા, બહુ વિનય વાળા. ચીફ એડિટર
પ્રોગ્રામ પેલો ન હોત તો અહીંયા આવી જાત.
ના, એ કહે છે કે આ મહિનામાં મારાથી નથી થયું. મેં કહ્યું કે છે આજે આવતા શુક્ર શનિ અવાય તો હમણાં જ કહે છે અમે પીસબર્ગ જઈને આવ્યા, મિટિંગ થઈ એ લોકોની
13મી તારીખે ત્યાં મિટિંગ
ત્રણ દાડા.
અને
આજે નથી હાલ્યું, નથી. જો વ્યવહાર સ્વરૂપે સમજાય તોય નિશ્ચય પ્રાપ્ત કરે. સમજાયું ને? નિશ્ચય સ્વરૂપે સમજે તે વ્યવહાર સમજે જ નહીં તો ના બની શકે નહીં એ વસ્તુ.
બરાબર છે, કારણ કે કલ્પ શક્તિ અને પેલું વિકલ્પ રૂપે
બને જ. પણ હકીકતમાં તો બે સાથે જ છે. જો મોક્ષ માર્ગ અને મોક્ષ માર્ગનું પ્રયાણ એ તો બે સાથે વગર ના હોઈ શકે. એ બધા એને એક જ લાગવું પડે, એમાં કોઈનું ચાલે નહીં. અને તીર્થંકરોએ પણ મોક્ષ માર્ગ આ જ કયો. મોક્ષ માર્ગ એ વ્યવહાર ને નિશ્ચય બંનેનો છે, બે પોઈન્ટનો. પણ એ વાત એ વખતના બધા માટે, બધાને જેવી રીતે દાદા હતા ને આપણને જે કહેવા માટે આપણને વાત કરી તે વખતના કહેવા માટે એ સંજોગોમાં બધું જે રીતે કહેવાય એ રીતે પકડી ગઈ. સમ્યક વાત પકડાય નહીં ને તે વખત હાજરીનો લાભ મળી જાય બધાને. અને જેટલા પાક્કા થઈ ગયેલા હોય બધા નીકળી જાય. પાક્કા થઈ ગયેલા ખરી કાચા બીજા જલી રહે થોડા. શાક તો પાકી થયા પછી જ પડે ને, પછી ખટાશ ના રહે નહીં. ના, નીચે પડી હોય તો આપણે નાનપણમાં ખાધી ને શાક પડી જ ખાવ, એ મીઠી લાગે. શું તમે આમ કરો? શાક એટલે સમજણ પડે શું? કેવી પડે હવે કે છે અમે તું અમેરિકામાં હતી ને આ બધું ક્યાંથી જાણી ગઈ? ખબર પડી ગઈ હતી નહીં? અહીંયા આગળ આવવાનું તારે શું? તમે લીડર થઈને લીડિંગ રોલ રહો, પકડો. બહુ સારી શક્તિ છે. અમને ઈચ્છા કે આ વરદની ભાઈ બધા નાની પુસ્તિકાઓ કરે છે, એમાં ક્વેશ્ચન આન્સર બધું રાનીને પણ આપી હમણાં. તો કે તમે જુઓ, વસંતભાઈની ઈચ્છા છે, કારણ કે તમે એના છોકરાઓનું બધું જાણો એટલે એ રીતે ખ્યાલ આવે. ક્વેશ્ચન આન્સરમાં કરે છે એટલે આપવાની કોપી એમને.
જે શબ્દ પ્રયોગ છે
ટાઈમ ખરો ને જોવાનો, મળે ને ટાઈમ જોઈ જવાનું. પણ આપણે જે કહેવા જેવું હોય તો નોટ્સ પાછળ મૂકીને પાછું આપી દેવાનું. ના થાય બોલવાનું છે બરોબર. મારે તો દોડતું નથી. અરે વાહ, એવું શું બોલો છો? અમને અમારી ભૂલ થતી હશે, અમને દેખાય છે તે. અમને સાથે દેખાતું હશે તો પછી અંદર એવું. હા એટલે બરોબર છે. એટલે મારે બહાર નીકળવા નથી દેવું. એ તો વાત સાચી. આવે હું કરું તો પછી એનો વખત નથી આવે એમ કે ને ટૂંકમાં. સારું ચાલે.
આવી ભૂલ ન કરાય.
કનુદાદાજી, મારી કંઈ પણ ભૂલ હોય તો મને માફ કરજો, પણ મારે જ ને તે
મારું જ અંદર જ ઉતરી જવું છે.
કારણ કે કાશું છે એ મને અંદરથી સમજાય
નહીં, ઓકે ઓકે, વાંધો નહીં, ચાલ. પણ થઈ જશે, ખાતરી છે ને થશે?
એ પૂરેપૂરી ખાતરી.
બસ મારે એટલું જ જોઈએ, બસ ચાલ. દેટ્સ ગુડ. એટલું જ જોઈએ, દેટ ઇઝ એ થઈ ગયા જેવું. શું બસ આમ એક એક આપો. એવા ચોખ્ખા, હા, બહુ ક્લિયર હોય. નહીં તો બહુ
આશીર્વાદ અપાવે.
ઘણું બહુ છે કહેવાય.
અને એ જગત કલ્યાણની જ ભાવના ભજતા હતા. બધા
બહુ
મંત્રોનો
ચોખ્ખા.
વિનિયોગ જગત કલ્યાણ જ રાખે.
જગત કલ્યાણ બહુ સારું એમને ખરેખર.
સો પર કલ્યાણ ઉપયોગી બલમ વિધિયમ વિદ્યા બુદ્ધિ પ્રાપ્તિ અર્થે જપે વિનિયોગ એમનો વિનિયોગ.
શું પ્રદીપભાઈ, જુઓ તમે તો અહીંયા ઇન્ડિયામાં તમારે ત્યાં સત્સંગ થાય હોલમાં એમના, અને અહીંયા ખાઈ ગયા. ઉષાબેન બરોબર છે કે? હા, ગમે છે? હા. ઘર તો યાદ આવે ને ઇન્ડિયા તો, નહીં? શું કરીશું કહો? વાતો કાઢો કંઈક. જયનભાઈ અહીંયા આવો બાપા. કમ યાર. પેલા આવવાના જ નહીં, વેઇટ ફોર સમ ટાઈમ. ગેસ્ટ આવવાના છે ને થોડો વખત પછી. એ તો આવશે, કશો આવ્યા પછી કરશું. આવ્યા પછી શાંતિથી. આવી ગયા? અમે ખુરશી મૂકવાની અહીંયા આગળ.
દાદા, જે પુરુષાબેને કીધું ઘર યાદ આવે, એ આપ કહો છો એમ સામાન્ય ભાવે જ હોય ને આવે તો મહાત્માને?
આખા દુનિયાને એનો છેડો જાય ને બીજો.
હા દાદા.
ગમે તે જાય તો આખી દુનિયા ફરે તો પણ છેડો કઈ આવે?
ઘર.
હા, કે છે ને ધરતીનો છેડો નથી કહેતા? આવ્યા
દાદાજી જરાક એ જે 3 જણ હમણાં આવતા છે, તમારે જે સવારે વાત કરેલી કે નહીં, એટલે મેં થોડાક ફોન કરેલા. એટલે હમણાં ઓકરીજનો મેયર આવશે.
અચ્છા અચ્છા.
ને પછી અહીંયા ઓકરીજ રોટરી ક્લબ છે કે નહીં, એમાંનો એક ઓફિસર આવતો છે, ને અહીંયાનો બેંકનો પ્રેસિડેન્ટ બી છે.
અચ્છા.
અને ત્રીજો માણસ એક ઓકરીજનો કન્વેન્શન વિઝિટર્સ બ્યુરોનો એક્ઝિક્યુટિવ આવતો છે. ને બીજા એક બેને ટ્રાય કર્યા છે, હજુ ફોન નથી આવ્યા.
કશો વાંધો નહીં.
પણ ગયા વર્ષ વાઇસ મેયર જે સેકન્ડ ઇન્ચાર્જ હોય કે નહીં, તે એકવાર રામ આપતો પુત્રને લઈ ગયેલા એટલે સ્કૂલમાં. તે પેલું ન્યૂઝપેપર આર્ટિકલ આપ જો
રામને
તે વાઇસ મેયરે આપતા પુત્ર સાથે વાત થયેલી, એને બી કોલ કર્યો છે, પણ એનો હજુ ફોન નથી આવ્યો. પણ મેયરને મેં આર્ટિકલ આપેલી ઓકરીજર ન્યૂઝપેપરમાં. કે હમણાં આપણે પેલા 2 દિવસ આમ તો ઘણા ટાઈમથી પેલા લખતા છે કે થોડીક વાત આપ કરશો એ લોકો સાથે, ઘણું આમ ગમશે એ લોકો.
આમ જ વાત કરશું આપણે, આમ જ વાત કરશું. એટલે શ્યોર કરશું. એમ ખુરશી મૂકવાની 3 જણ આવે છે ને?
હા, 3 હમણાં આવે છે.
ખુરશીઓ
લાવતા છે.
ખુરશી સવારે પાછું આપણે મોકલવાનું છે ને ઓવરનાઇટ થી.
See you. Just have a
this.
seat.
So thanks for coming by the last minute.
Thank you for thinking about me.
These people have bound me. by this, so I can't. Sorry. Huh? May I know good name? Tom? Tom.
Yes.
In the which bank?
10 bank.
10.
Navi
And-
bank.
And also Rotary?
Yes.
Rotary. Very good. So, principle, Rotarian principle is real good.
Yes.
Real good. Life is a moving force. So the Rotarian principle is to keep the wheels of life moving. That is where the symbol of will. Life is moving. Is it so?
Yes. Moves forward.
That is the will. Whole will.
Rotary માં છે તે the main theme is service above self.
I know the service about self.
Mr. Tak છે અહીંયા ઘણા community projects, he does a lot of things for the local people.
Very good, very good, very good.
So that's why I thought you'd be one of the best people, because on the business sides you're very sharp and you like to help people too.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
And you can tell that how we started bank and where we are right now.
It's quite a challenge.
Ah.
We've been very fortunate.
Oh, yes, that's true. So, to be fortunate or not is a different thing.
We've been very fortunate.
Can there be unfortunate also?
Certainly.
Oh, why?
I have no answer for that.
Oh, that humanity has no answer there, and everybody is in search for that answer. Search for that answer. That why this misery and misfortune? In spite of my best efforts, why? That is the puzzle of life. Wonderful. So, life's puzzle. We are all together here, and Vasant, you know him. Huh?
Yeah.
Very good friends.
Yes.
So it's Vasant's great desire, having met a master, that is just there, life-size photo. Simple. Now it's a dress of India. You see, India dress, right?
Yes.
And that is in 1982. He was so lucky that he came here. The master, businessman, householder and all house responsibilities. Yet in the life, in the constant search towards inventing the basic root cause behind the mystery of this, one being fortunate or unfortunate, one being happy or sorrow. You see, two sides of the life alternating. And his whole life went like that. And in 1958, in this inventing research within and without, it happened that his divine consciousness within opened out, and in that divine consciousness that opened out within and without, and in that divine light, all the mysteries were solved. And he came across and he brought and he came here and he established this place. And then he says, now I am getting aside of the throne and I am handing over this throne to you. All these things. So he has taken over. So his desire is that this Oak Ridge being the center of science and scientific research in atom and subatomic research, it is his desire that the very science of the life which is revealed through his divine grace, he wants that also here to be shared here amongst you. So we are here for about a week. So if we can arrange if you got free time, 1 or 2 hours, whatever we can arrange, we can have a talk on that. We can have a talk. And I will be pleased to give you an introductory book on that. Here is doctor, he has got PhD in spiritual Indian ancient Indian culture, and also he has study of almost all the religions of the world, almost, including India, and he has been responsible for this. So I will be pleased to give you this thing.
Thank you. I'm honored.
Naam apjo emno મને. From the master, he came in here. That body, my body, and to live as this body for me as my body is wrong. So now he is moving about everywhere and he is living for others. He wants to be belonging to others. You see? So he is opening out his heart. What big heart? How such a small heart will open out? Huh? What is the size of that heart?
Oh, wherever people are, wherever living beings are, hearts can become the big.
So he is moving about everywhere globally, and all around. And here is Dr. G.P. Amin. He is from India. And he had a doctorate in ancient Indian culture. Ancient Indian culture.
You missed the flight.
Yes, I
I got to the opinion that Yup. You went to Russia for something like me. I remember you from at the Hamptons. I remember you from school.
चलो बेटा चलो
Normal.
Esto ves. Corres.
Tamil Nadu Mate author?
Yes, yes.
Tamil Nadu.
J. Krishnamurti. J.K. Tamil Nadu. J.K. was from Tamil Nadu. J. Krishnamurti was from Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
Yes, same.
Tamil Nadu. He was in Oak Ridge 2 weeks ago on a tour of the United States.
Jiddu.
Yeah. Listen, I talked to you last day.
You had your national convention here. You've got now 700 plus.
Next year is coming.
Next year.
1st July to 7th July. Our Guru Bhagwan.
Yes.
Last year in 1994. Every 5th or 6th year we come.
Almost
Indian here.
600-700 they gave it, 700 plus.
And Oak Ridge is a home base for these absolute scientists in the world. It's a real home. So when you have send an atom bomb, destroy the human being, and this scientist is going to save his life and take him to the ultimate ending. So we don't know how both scientists is a home base here in Oak Ridge, you know. Someday future history comes, you don't know.
Center. doctor, the language of the fortune, good fortune and bad fortune is common to all the faiths all over the world. Good luck, bad luck. Good fortune, bad fortune. It's always there. Good and bad. Sweet and bitter. Alternative. So, language-wise, all the faiths of the world, religion, observing, faiths are correct. That is indicated by the language itself. It may be India, it may be West, it may be any part of the Asia, anywhere. Language is the same that reflects dual forces of the life, alternative, two sides of a coin. So language is perfect all over. Why? Because there is a common element in every human form, common element. But the basic, that common element which is common all around in all human forms, on evolution, what Darwin said, not on that level, but on the level of on the spiritual ladder of development, of inner belief, there lies the faith. You see? So human beings all together, they go on developing all around. One class cannot say that you are less developed than I am more. They cannot say. Physically right. But the common element that is in every human form, the common element is, they are in the grades. For example, a second grader, third, fourth, sixth, seventh grader, 11th grader, grades are there. Grades are there. A second grader also is going to graduate, and a 11th grader will graduate now. There's a difference. But common element is the same. That is soul, body and soul language. But on belief part, the development relates. So belief of the second grader is that level. It is growing further. It is growing. Not that it is going to stay there. No. It is there. And here lies the development. Development of human being is on the basis of belief. And this is so as good as in India, also in the West. You see, Indian culture, say, what is the oldest culture? Everybody would claim like that. But the development is on the belief base. And when that development is to the extent of the belief of life after death, it's a development, college going development. College going. Understand? That's all. It is not a discriminatory, no. It's a development scale. I am here on this track, someone is there on that track. But ultimate goal, aim is the same for all. To get freedom from all the woes and miseries and this language of good fortune and bad fortune, to get released from the effects of these forces. Not forces, I say, effects of those forces. These forces are powerful forces in life, at play, interaction, because of certain generation of the causes that were there in the past, that this life is there. And in these very effects, whatever life is lived out,
lays further causes and they are generated further for them to be suffered out. So, present life in hand is the most important life, and one has to make the best out of it, understanding the very science that relates to this life and living. And this book is regarding that. It will give you little insight. So, I would be very pleased to have a meeting when you get free time, 1 hour, 2 hours. We will meet if you say. I am here for a week or so, 5-6 days. We can meet here. We can go through, and it's nice. And at the end, you can put the notes also. And it's really nice. It is the science about our own self. Our own self. At the same time, living the life amongst everybody in all the surroundings. And yet, living the life going center core wise inside. So, life science is the science of the inside, inner. But present day material science, trying to fathom the mysteries of the matter on the atomic and subatomic planes, though they are scientifically towards resolving the mysteries, they are there. It cannot help humanity much. No. Because what are human needs after all? What are they? Basically. Yet, to some extent, it can make the people comfortable. It's okay. Okay. But after all, this book you'll find out the greatest mystery of the nature that cannot be solved. It is always a mystery. Of the philosophers, thinkers, everybody has tried and laid lots of theories on that. Everything. Even matter-wise, time-wise, space-wise, laser-wise, every way. You see? And all those things were related to life. Unless one is alive and one is after a certain mystery, how can the mystery be solved? So basically, it relates to the life again. It goes back to the life. But this search is on the exterior. It has to be within. Within. It does not mean that you are losing all your life living and all that. It is going on there. So, I would like to meet again if that time. We will meet again. This book will tell you later. Yes, very simple language it is. It is a fundamental thing. It can be textbook for doctorate people, spiritual science and all this like that. So, you can ask any question under this one. It is the grace of the Master, not only on me, but 60,000 of them, and Vasant was one of them. And in 1982, when he first came out of India and stepped onto the soil of America, he brought him here. He took a van and moved him all around everywhere. Personally, he went there, everywhere. And till 1987, he came 5 times. And 1988 onwards, when after his demise, it has been enjoying on us to carry on with this show for nothing. Because after all, every life is nothing but in pursuit of something. Always. Otherwise life is no life. But real science is this, and that is what I learned. I am a businessman, I am a civil engineer, I was with him 32 years. I was on construction jobs in India, marine works and all that. You see, along with that, we go together. But my experience after his grace and the experience that he had at that time, and now there is nothing that is not known to us, which cannot get revealed within our divine light, within. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. You put before us any scriptural, anything of the world, just like, or we see it, and I can say fluently. It may be Indian scripture, Bible, Quran, anything. No religion is wrong, no. But they are not all on equal footing. That is the base. The differences are not discriminatory, but they are on development scale. And ultimately, even a dark jungle of Congo in Africa, in the inner of the core of the heart, would desire freedom from unhappiness. There is no soul on the earth who is not after happiness. Everybody is after happiness. Nobody invites unhappiness of his own choice. Will it? No. And yet it comes. There is the mystery. Yet it comes. It is there. It is a situation of the life that is subject to dual forces out of the siblings of the causation actions and activities that were done in the past are getting suffered out in this life, and new causal seeds are being implanted continuously while one is awake or in sleep. It goes on and on. So long as one realizes one's own real self, distinctly separate from the body, and yet life goes on, dissociated life. That is the science. It is the science of the relative and the real. The relative body and the real soul within. But present day sciences are on the relative, on spiritual, philosophical side. Sometimes they go on the soul side and all that thing, spirituality. But yes.
Joe Valentino, he's with the Oak Ridge Convention Visitors Bureau. Gnani hotels na manager of the managers of many hotels.
Convention bureau. So next year we are going to have a big convention here.
We're glad. Yeah, you can stay here.
Fill this one first. Right?
Anything, enough, honestly. So you can, anything can be, you can ask, anything. Not necessarily religious philosophy, no, anything.
You put one question.
Anything.
Give him hard question.
Anything.
Afraid I'm gonna be simple minded.
Give the simple question, you know.
Yes, Gnani.
Joe, G Valentine.
Convention, we try to have the
Look,
so we take the there first because the review. Most probably first
Would you like? Joe, come.
Thank you very much.
We have gathered together here, coming from different states, and everybody in their businesses, their jobs and all. But now they have found time for some time here, and they are living life, day-to-day life here also. In such a liberated state. You see, they don't experience the suffering forces, dual suffering forces of the life. That means the effects of those forces do not touch them, because the untouchable soul aspect is experienced by them in the body, which cannot be touched, though it is so close. Just like water and milk part in the milk together, you see, and yogurt get forms from the milk part, not the water part. You see, that's how it is. They are all experimental.
What is the significance of the 7 lives, I believe it is? You know, you mentioned.
Yes. Well, these are, in one form or the other, in all religions, they are told so. In Indian culture, it is not 7, but 8,400 thousands of types of life forms that one goes on wandering through migratory state. 84,000. And human form, out of all these migratory states, basically they are 4. One is angelic. God's called is angelic. They have their life, but their life is of only happiness. And they have got a lifespan and everything. And they are also, the way human society is amongst so many communities like that, they also have that own setup. It is there. And according to whatever is causally accumulated in human form, if it is of a very light nature, very obliging nature of light, then that accumulation is so light that it has got to be suffered out as total happiness by such a migratory state and come back in the human form. So basically 4 forms: angelic forms, human forms, animal kingdom and hellish kingdom. 4 forms basically. And constantly it will have soul in the body, trapped in the body, in various body forms, is subject to migration. But all these migratory aspects of the angelic, animal kingdom and hellish are resulting from human form only. This is the cardinal principle. Human form is the only form wherein one gets power in the hand to act, to reason, conscious intellect, mind and all that. And those powers that to act. And at the same time, human form is the very form wherein, because of these powers, after the experiences of migratory travel and wandering in all these forms and through the experiences getting developed further and further, and then coming to a pass as to, too much now, what is the aim, where is the escape? You see, there it comes, and when a state comes that one who has achieved the freedom in the life form with the total freedom of all these body forces, that means soul totally separated from the body, like a kernel of the coconut, dried kernel of the coconut, totally separated from the shell. You know that if you break it, whole thing will come out. That watery part is important. That watery part is most important, and that is migratory aspect. But in human form, it is a causal aspect, and in other forms, it is a suffering aspect. And here, both charge and discharge. Causal is a charge and suffering is a discharge. So both simultaneously take place. So human form is considered the crux of all wandering. Human form. You see? And angelic forms, their lives are hundreds of thousands and no let up. Every day you pass through this all joyous thing. If you are given a regaling dish of your choice, and you are told, no, you keep on taking. Then after some time, oh, enough now. You cannot take more. But there, no Dada. You have to go on till your whole life. Same thing in hellish form. However number of times you may like to die because of the negative suffering, but you cannot. You have to pass with those lives of animal kingdom. Lives in 1 hour, there can be hundreds of lives of small insects to develop creatures, you see. And one sense life form of vegetation, we know trees, our redwood forest, and at the same time I had been to New Zealand, in North Island at the tip, in the forest, trees are 5,000 years old. I forgot the name of the tree. It's a wonderful tree. Just like Mayo, but very strong. Such lives are there. But they are life. After the lifespan is over, tree is dead. The way human life, after the life ends, is dead like that. Any life form. And this is migratory state. And all animal kingdom is composed of, from the basic microbes to further up, and one sense open out. That is this vegetation, one sense. They have got touch sense. The present science also has. And Jagdish Chandra Bose of India was the first to find that out. So touch sense, no other thing. There are carnivorous plants also, we know that in Africa or here also. Carnivorous.
Rivers.
Yes. 1 year beautiful looking and on the Indian night. Those colors. Their lives. So when second sense opens up, long time, in the same forms, here, there, and then after a long time, after the burdening effect of those karma, heavy karma, go on listened out, and they become more milder. Second sense opens out, and that is taste. And that you see on the sea, couches and shells and all these things, you see, and those worms in between. They got only taste. Touch and taste, only two. These earthworms and all these things, you see. No other taste. What a wonderful refinement. They eat earth, and human beings are very fertile brains, and they use them in the agriculture, right? So that is how humans are most developed. When third sense, when it opens out of that is the smell and whatever you see, flies and all that. That is smell. Ants have very powerful smell. Howsoever you may protect a sweet thing, ants have such a great smell, nobody else can have. Because whatever sense is recently opened out is very powerful. When it is under use and all that, it becomes a little milder. But it is there. That is third sense. When fourth sense opens out, here the evolution does come like that, because of the karmic. Just like layers, and the life form opens out. Fourth sense is eyes, butterflies and this and that. And it's the newest sense, and they just go to the flame and get burnt out. Eyes. Very first time they see the life or forms, flies and all this. There is fourth sense. And the last sense is this. So this is most important. And taste. Taste sense go and develop further. Then it develops highest in the human form, in this tongue. Boneless tongue, which has no bone at all. And yet it can break the bones of hundreds of thousands. Very powerful tool. Very powerful tool. That's it. The fifth is this. And there also, those creatures with holes only, they lay eggs. Those with these, like human beings, they give birth. And this further. And they are the highest level. And they are akin to human beings. But all these forms are not out of nothing. All these forms from the fall and rise, fall and rise. But from the bottommost sub-microbes and all that, we say it goes on and on. It goes on getting evolved. That is how it is. Evolution is there at that point, at a certain stage. After human form achievement, which is the highest achievement of life, highest achievement, then all these things again goes on. So once human form is achieved, you cannot lose it. But it is the same subject to further development, goes on and on and on. You see, it is a pyramid development. Here, human forms, just like first grade, second grade, like that. And as you go other, students become less and less. In college, less. PhD, much less. Doctors, 1 to 1. Right? So that is how it is. It goes on. It is not that people are different from each other.